1011's Ryan Swanigan joins us live at the scene with more. Ryan, what's it looking like out there?
Yeah, guys, I'm here with Captain John Vick with the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office. This is a confirmed deadly crash in between Northwest Lincoln and Raymond on Highway 79. We're just north of West Bluff Road. Captain Vick, I'll let you kind of share the details that you have so far of this preliminary investigation. Guys, the residents who live in this area you see here are wanting to make sure that if they get annexed by the city, they receive the proper services that current Lincoln residents get right now on a daily basis. Lincoln Police, Lincoln Fire and Rescue getting called to that scene after a 39-year-old man was shot in the leg. According to LPD, officers were the first to arrive on scene and render aid to the victim before Lincoln Fire and Rescue got there and were able to transport that man to a Lincoln hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. We're just north of 48th and Orchard. 48th Street is currently shut down between Holdridge and Vine. This is from Erica Thomas, the public information officer for Lincoln Police. LPD crime scene technicians are working to investigate an officer-involved shooting that occurred early this morning at the intersection of North 48th and Orchard. No one was injured by the gunfire. Per our social media posts, the area remains shut down to traffic as of 6:30 a.m. And looks like Chief Morrow is going to be providing an update this morning at 9:30. We did briefly speak to Assistant Chief Brian Dale, and he tells us essentially that everyone is alive, so that's good news. We can also say that only one person has been transported from this scene. LPD, LSO, NSP, we saw SWAT out here as well. State Patrol's Air Wing also has been, or was at one point in time, circling above, but again, the scene is kind of calmed down now finally after shots fired here at the Casey's just south of the interstate in Northwest Lincoln. Back to you guys.
We're going to send it out to Ryan Swanigan, checking out the conditions here in Lincoln. Looks like you got some sleet going on there, Ryan.
Oh, Brad, we've got more than that. We've got thunder sleet, and it's really, really coming down out here. The wind, of course, is making it even worse than it probably actually is. And I'll tell you what, if you're driving northbound anywhere, good luck.
1011's Ryan Swanigan has been covering it all for hours and joins us live from the Weather Shield with more. Ryan?
Yeah, Craig, it has been quite the overnight into the early morning hours. Thankfully, once we got to about 1 a.m., it kind of died down. But what you're currently looking at, surprisingly, is still the viaduct, the infamous viaduct just south of 48th and Cornhusker. It is still closed. And I say infamous because this thing floods all the time.
1011's Ryan Swanigan has more on what that means as well as the significance.
Aside from the lights, it's not something that's too flashy for volunteer fire departments. That being said, tankers are one of the most critical aspects for rural agencies when it comes to fighting fires. And by the end of 2025, Lincoln Fire and Rescue will be activating tankers of their own.
That requires us to do a lot of training because this is the first time we've ever had tankers in our fleet. And so understanding the water shuttle operation and all that, and then how to drive them.
The addition of tankers is the result of the city's annexation of land between 70th and 84th, Pine Lake to Yankee Hill. What's in that area? Acreages, something that makes firefighting operations more of a challenge when crews are trying to battle any type of fire. Having city tankers available will not only help LFR counter those challenges, but also put less stress on volunteer fire departments that border Lincoln.
You know, we're going to be a partner with our rural agencies, just as we always were, but now we've got that extra tool to help them out when needed.
Fire Chief Dave Engler says the process leading up to this point has been key.
We had input from some of our volunteer fire department partners, our rural agencies, and then we do have people that are LFR staff that are volunteers. So we've got a little of both, and we've had those individuals that are LFR members that are also volunteers that have that experience help put together the program. They help spec the tankers.
In the end, Once the tankers arrive, it'll be just another addition to a department that continues to remain strong in its efforts to serve the capital city. Reporting in Lincoln, Ryan Swanigan, 1011 News.